Well, joining me from here in Washington is Imani Cheers of the George Washington University. She's Associate Professor of Digital Storytelling and Associate Director in the School of Media and Public Affairs. Good to speak with you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I want to start with Chloe Zhao and her meteoric rise as a filmmaker. She is now part of a larger group of history-making women directors nominated at the Golden Globes. Is Hollywood finally answering the call for greater diversity?
You know, that's such a great question. And unfortunately, it's a time that we're still seeing massive strides, yet minimal progress. So, to be very clear, No Man Land, Chloe's work is absolutely phenomenal. The film is amazing. She rightly deserves her nomination. And this is one of the first times that we'll have ever seen as many women nominated in the Best Director category. But we also have, on the flip side of the fact that within the Foreign Associated Press, we have 0 Black voting members. So again, we have the progress, but then we still have some of the setbacks. So congratulations to Chloe. She's phenomenal, but we still have a long way to go.
Right. And when you talk about a long way to go, because we can see the industry morphing outwardly. I mean, we have more people from minority backgrounds in acting roles, but it seems less so behind the camera, right? Writers, producers, directors, the executives. Why is that? And what needs to happen for this to change?
That's such a great question. So why is that? It's a combination of answers, honestly. When you think of the fact that a lot of people, filmmaking is, of course, we all know, a collaborative effort, but a lot of times that collaborative effort happens in a vacuum. So you'll have that, a certain number of directors, producers, gaffers, lighting, directors of photographies. You'll have the same people working exclusively on a certain number of films, and it's really hard to break in. So I'm grateful to see someone like an Ava DuVernay with her Array Crew network that she just launched at the beginning of this month, that is now making it so that no matter where you are in the world, there is no excuse to make sure that your crew is not as diverse and inclusive as the world around us.
So interesting. And also, Professor, how do we move away from stereotypical narratives in the entertainment industry? I mean, we just heard, Chloe Zhao talking about the American dream, but then, let's also talk about, say, the Asian experience. For a while, relegated to just kung fu and fight films, and now it seems centered on the theme of wealth. Crazy Rich Asians, Bling Empire. So how do we diversify that?
That's such a great question, because I feel like, unfortunately, depending on the very myopic group that we're looking at, that you'll see again that progress, but we're not seeing that full inclusion. And I truly believe that it's coming, but what we need and what is going to and is happening is that we're having a lot of independent films. It's hard to break into Hollywood. It's hard for, any one of people in your audience right now who are saying, I have a passion for filmmaking. I want to tell, the stories that impact my family and my community, and I know that that's going to resonate with a larger audience. What do I do? And I always encourage my students and other people to start telling the stories that you're seeing around you, to start putting out your work, because if you're waiting for Hollywood to be inclusive and tell everyone's stories, we're going to be waiting a really long time. So I believe that it's the independent film market, it's the ability to put amazing stories out on social media that is allowing inclusive and diverse stories to rise to the top.
I wish we could keep on going, but we'll have to leave there. Professor Imani Cheers of the George Washington University. Thank you.